Hello guys and welcome. I am Ashley for those of you who don't know me, and today we are going to do a pick a card and reading. I'm going to do them a little differently just because I like to shake things up a bit and I feel like it. So I don't have an excuse anymore. My last video I had an excuse of I was just out of the shower, but I am just not feeling it today, so it's 100% okay to shake things up a bit. This pick a card reading is what is your counterpart, so whether it's a divine feminine or divine masculine that you're not in union with wants to tell you. So this could be messages about them, messages about you, how they perceive you, how they perceive the connection, all that jazz. We'll get into specifics when we get into the piles of cards. But yeah, it's so anything basically is on the board for coming through. I'm going to try not to shake the camera too much, reaching for my decks that are very far on my table. For those of you who've seen my videos before, you know that I pick whichever decks are calling to come in. So, and I usually, for these pick a card readings, I usually do about 5 cards each. Or so. I have the Lightworkers Oracle out here for those of you guys who wish to know, the Oracle of the Unicorns, the Sacred Empowerment deck, and I'm currently shuffling the Answer is Simple cards, and I'm seeing if anybody else wants to come in. Alright, so the Secret Language of Color wants to come in as well. So one more card after this, guys, and we will get going for piles. Again, this is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3 is closest to the camera. I usually give you guys a second to pick your piles while I pick the books. In case the books want to come through, Spirit is saying that there's not going to be any messages from the books tonight. It's just going to be intuitive, purely intuitive tonight. Every now and then, they tell me to read the book that comes with the oracle cards, but hasn't been for a while. All right, guys. So again, pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. All right. So let's get into pile number 1, and I'll just put these off to the side. All right, so we have Align Your Life. For those of you who picked pile number 1, we have Flow. We have My Clarity Lies in Deep Surrender. Beautiful. We have Thank God. And then we have Pink, Let Love In. All right, so let me read these 2 cards that have extra messages, and then we'll get into that intuitive channeling. So it says, Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? And then we have Flow. Find an easier path forward. Surrender the outcome. Release your expectations. Okay, guys, so yeah, so this Align Your Life and My Clarity Lies in Deep Surrender very clearly go together. But this flow, they're telling me that this flow is you're trying to control this connection. So whoever chose pile number 1, you are trying to control who comes in, how they come in, what they how they feel about you, how you feel about them, how they're gonna come in back into union with you. Basically, you're trying to micromanage this connection. And guys, when we try and micromanage things and control things that are not us, basically things outside of us, including our connection, it's because we're not feeling in control of our own inner self. So we'll get back to this card, but basically this has a lot to do with you are so very much out of alignment, and I know that that's going to trigger you guys, because those of you who pick pile number 1, you feel like you are in alignment. You feel like you're in control. You feel like things are going your way and things are going to happen exactly as you're seeing it, but you are so far out of alignment you cannot see that you are. And I understand, guys, I've been in that same situation myself, where I was only bringing in channels that were telling me exactly what I wanted to know. And that was when I realized that the ego hijacked my intuition, it hijacked my my clarity, it hijacked my alignment in my life. It hijacked my balance, and it hijacked my path. So guys, this is about being out. You need to go deep within to clear your ego out of the driver's seat of your life. Sometimes the ego can hijack us, especially spiritually speaking, kind of come in that door of spirituality and kind of wear that mask of like, this is, I'm your guide, this is, you know, this is what I want for you, but it feels different. And if you notice that, if you're truly tuned into that, you know that 100% what I'm telling you right now, you already know it deep within yourself. You already know, because you've already questioned, like, why is everything feeling too good to be true with this? Why is everything feeling like every single thing that I can think up, every single thing that I can control, and like every down to like the minute it's gonna happen, there's a difference between intuition of things that are going to happen and you having these feelings and there is just something a little off about them. So I know that those of you who picked pile number 1, this is not true intuition, because you have that deep feeling of this is off. This is not true. But you're ignoring those niggles of, hey, this is not true, because you want to control it and you want it so badly. I understand having that desire for your partner and your connection in your life. It's a very deep desire and it's very painful to be without it, guys. But bringing in a connection like that is like bringing in a connection that it has a foundation of negativity and low vibrations and ego. And those are not connections that last. Those are not connections that are very loving. So you get yourself back into balance, and have that conversation with the ego that it no longer serves your highest good to lie to you like that. It no longer serves your highest good to be in the driver's seat of your life. Get back into your flow, into your true flow of your intuition. And I know, guys, you don't have to be religious to thank God. Thank the universe. Have gratitude. That's what this card is about. To get back into flow and get back into alignment and clarity, it starts with gratitude. So even if you, because I know you guys are going to be triggered, and I know you're going to be angry, and I know you're going to be sad and disappointed that this wasn't the truth. And I have been there. I have been at those points where I've let my ego hijack my intuition, especially with my my soulmate connection, my twin flame connection, my soul connection. I've let my ego hijack it because it's the story and the fantasy that I've wanted in my life. But I have been grateful that I have been shown the true what is true intuition and what is not true intuition. They're showing me actually if any of you were Once Upon a Time fans, Prince Charming goes into this lake and gets sucked down by this evil lake mermaid or a spirit. I don't know what she is, but like this evil like witch or mermaid or whatever comes to him as Snow White. And he kisses her, but he realizes, like, as this witch is trapping him, like, it's not Snow White, because he's kissed Snow White before, and he knows what true love is. So that shade of it, that non-truth of it, like, snapped him out of her spell, because he knew that she wasn't true. So now that you know what it feels like to have your ego hijack your intuition, when your ego tries to do it again, you will never let it happen again. So guys, again, like it's a sad thing to go through, but it is a lesson that's going to set you up for greater intuition for yourself and other people in the future. And that is something to be extremely grateful for, so that you know at least now that you can walk into your connection and continue in your connection with a state of true intention. True intuition, instead of false intuition. And then guys, these cards are not only for the little saying on the bottom, but they're for the color. So for pile number 1, it will be awesome for you to concentrate on the color pink. The color pink is also deals with the high heart chakra, so it deals with our love for other people and receiving love from other people. Which is why I love the little saying. It says, let love in down there. I don't know if you can see it. So let love in. A lot of times when we're having a hard time receiving love, we need to clear our high heart chakra to be able to receive that love. The guides are saying that receiving that love is going to put you back into this flow. So when you open your heart again through balance, through clarity, through gratitude, open your heart to this love and to the truth of it. No love is perfect. No connection is perfect. We all want that fantasy, that white knight, that person coming in to save us, and our life is going to be magical afterwards. But that's just not reality. We're humans who are imperfect, who make mistakes, and it can be an amazing love and an amazing connection, but it's not going to be a perfect one. Nobody is perfect. Perfection and the want and need to gain perfection is purely ego based. So to get back into this flow, get back into moving on your true path and in your true union, align back with your true self, have clarity, have gratitude, and let love in, guys. So a lot of tough love in pile number 1, but a lot of good messages. I really feel like sometimes tough love is needed for all of us. I go and seek tough love out when I know that I'm not being realistic about my connection. So on to pile number 2. We have Priestess, we have Dance, beautiful card. It actually just showed up for the other, my last pick a card reading. We have all expression and intentions flow through my heart center. I am love. We have invest in your spirit. We have another pink card, guys. And then we have yellow, purify your body. All right. So Priestess is, how are you being called to step up and lead? Ooh, guys, I'm getting a lot of visions for number 2. And then we have Dance. Move your body to music. Dance with the rhythm of life. Manifest your dreams through dance. Guys, sometimes they don't give me sometimes they give me visions immediately, and sometimes they give me visions after I read all the cards, because they know I like to read the cards for you guys and not be distracted. The visions that they're giving me are extremely amazing, guys. So it doesn't matter if you're divine feminine or divine masculine that are getting this card. This deck, the Lightworker Oracle, doesn't have like a Emperor, Empress. Like the highest card that they have is the High Priestess. So for those of you who chose pile number 2, you guys are extremely spiritual beings. You are like high spiritual beings, whether you know it or not. And I feel like you guys don't. I feel like you guys are coming into your true power and your true light and that understanding of it little by little. And that is why this invest in spirit card is coming up, because you haven't been investing in your spirit. And here's the thing, I understand that. I've been in those places myself. I have friends here currently in the 3D and family members that are very high spiritual beings, but they're not investing in their spirit. They're just still very stuck in 3D. And that's understandable. Sometimes we don't know how to go about our journey. Sometimes we don't know what the first step to take is, because especially with the spiritual journey, like there's so many facets to it. You could easily get sidetracked, and you can easily get lost and overwhelmed. So guys, take this baby steps at a time. So whether it's looking at YouTube videos or reading a book or on energy work or Reiki or yoga or you know, just a different type of spirituality, like I love Buddhism, or just different ideologies, like I get really excited about things like I forgot the guy's name, but he's a Japanese scientist, where he uses different language, or he uses different phrases and different, and like music and stuff, to change the molecular structure of water to make it into looking like snowflakes. So, I mean, it's just beautiful things, like stuff like that attracts me. Even like crystals, like bringing in crystals and just like a yoga practice to move your energies, even a small yoga practice day by day, just to move your energies in a positive way will be great for you. My guides are saying don't forget music. Music in all forms will move you either in a positive way or a negative way. So music can be highly awakened and vibrational, or lower vibrational and very like stuck in its energy. So there's many ways to go about this. It's going to be specific to you guys, but there's a plethora of information. Like I love YouTube because there's millions of videos on everything that you want to know about. So even just starting with YouTube and going from there, and just, you know, if questions pop in your head, like just Google it. Like I remember the first time I ever heard about the Merkaba, I was like, what the heck is a Merkaba? I'm gonna Google it. Like, and instant spiritual knowledge right there. So invest in your spirit, invest in your soul path. I really feel like for some of you who are feeling like you're lacking in life, like you have that hole in yourself, it's the spiritual part that you're lacking. I'm going back to this, all expressions and intentions flow through my heart center. I am love. Again, guys, work with your heart chakra, work with chakra clearing. When you come into spirituality, you have the deep understanding, either consciously or unconsciously, and if unconsciously, you get there consciously eventually, that everything is an expression of love or the lack of love. But everything comes back to love. So every issue, every circumstance, every facet in life comes back to, at its core, to love, and it comes back to self-love. And having the spiritual path in your life, being a spiritual being that you clearly are, is loving to yourself. So you know, so embody your power, embody the love for yourself and for others, and invest in that, invest in you. So this is not just your spirit, this is investing in you in general, because you can't separate yourself from who you are on a spiritual level, no matter how hard we try to here in the 3D world. It just doesn't work. We have dance. They're calling me to call the card again, or to read the card again. Move your body to music, dance with the rhythm of life, manifest your dreams through dance. This is also a card, like, I feel like you guys are very connected to music, so for sure, move your body in any type of dance that works for you, even if you're just at home alone and you just do movement dance that doesn't have any choreograph to it at all. It is for you to do to move those stagnant energies within yourself. But also, guys, this is a card of active meditation. So it's not necessarily dance if you don't feel like that's something that you want to do. You can also go and take a walk, go biking, go swimming, and definitely look up active meditation. But it's one of those things, if you feel you can't meditate, that's not true. We all do active meditation. I used to do it when I would do dishes. When I would do, I get into active meditation when I have repetitive jobs. So sometimes I can tune out the world because I'm doing active meditation when I'm just doing the same thing at my job that I've done a million times before. I kind of go on autopilot and I do that active meditation while I'm doing it. So anything can be active meditation, but they're saying there's a big emphasis on getting out in nature when you're doing this. So if you want to dance at your house where nobody's watching, that's great, but definitely take some time, at least they're saying once a week, to get out in nature and do some active meditation, whether it's biking, swimming, or walking, jogging, running. And then last but not least, we have purify your body. So focus, for those of you who picked pile number 2, it will be amazing for you to focus on the color of yellow. But also the little saying on the bottom is purify your body. This is also a number 22 card, which is a master number. So it's kind of like an extra special number to, it's, the weight of this message is a bit more, guys. They're saying, especially with this active meditation, you need to purify your body, because that's how you're going to get closer to your higher self and closer to this priestess energy and into investing in your spirit. I feel like some of you, or actually a lot of you, they're saying about 80% or a little bit more, are very disconnected from spirit through the food you eat. So a lot of us, when we drink very sugary stuff or eat very sugary stuff, when we eat junk food all the time and drink caffeine all the time, we can literally stop our connection to divine. I mean, I'm the type of person that I try and do everything in moderation, because I just, I like the taste of stuff, but I try and eat as healthy as possible. I try and drink a majority of over 90% of my day, I drink water only. And a lot of times, I come on to these with my intuition and do my meditations in a fasting state, because it gets me closer to divine. You definitely don't have to do that. I'm just giving examples out, guys. But they're saying that they're saying about over 80% of you that it's going to help you connect more with spirit and be more in your divine power if you do less of this. So all things in moderation, but less of the junk food, less of the sugary stuff, less of the caffeinated stuff, less of the processed stuff that has all those man-made chemicals in it. They're saying more fruits and vegetables. They're saying not all of you are going to like salads, but salads. And they're saying organic meats and veggies. So not everybody is guided to be vegan or to be vegetarian or to to quit dairy products, but at the end of the day, they're saying to eat better and to eat less man-made. And also they're saying exercise will help with purifying as well, but exercise is not going to feel good for you if you don't eat better. So have the things you like to have in moderation, and eat a little better to connect yourself with your divine self, and connect yourself with your divine guides. Beautiful messages, guys. Whoever picked pile number 2, you are a very, very divine being. The great things await for you. Whenever I think about you, my third eye chakra is just blowing up with downloads and with visions. You guys are super, super connected. It's just getting yourself there, and it's all baby steps. Don't feel overwhelmed by it at all. All right, moving on to pile number 3. So yeah, I just realized that this is supposed to be from your other counterpart. The pile number 2, you guys very much had messages from divine coming in, but here's the thing. They're asking me to clarify this before we go on to pile number 3, so I'm just gonna put these over. Okay, so here's the thing about why sometimes these messages come in. My guides are asking me to clarify pile number 2 for you. Guys, sometimes when things come in for our connection, it's for our highest good and not necessarily, it doesn't look like it's the best for our connection, but I can tell you right now, for pile number 2, you are like you got high priestess because you are at high priestess level. And you not being awakened for that, or not being like connected fully in your power for that, when you get connected to your higher self and to your guides and to everything, in your full power, in your spirit, when you foster that spirit, that soul connection, guys, you will be connected more completely with your divine counterpart. So I went through that reading, and like when I get intuition, I just move on. But they're saying that I need to clarify it because it did sound like a message from your spirit guides, but it's both ways. So it's a message from your spirit guides and from your divine counterpart, because your divine counterpart wants to connect more deeply with you, and that's gonna be through you going more into your power. Also, they're saying that the higher form of your divine counterpart can also be a guide for you. So don't ever think that when guides come in and it's something that seems like off topic, it's not. For me personally, I have one of my guides is my divine masculine, and my divine masculine's higher self, and my higher self is one of his guides. So it's both ways here for whoever chose pile number 2. But finally, fully moving on to pile number 3. Okay. Beautiful cards for pile number 3. At first, we have Take a Break. We have Dare to Be Happy. I'm already getting stuff coming in for this. We have Miracles. We have Amber, the color of amber. And we have the empowerment card is this one. I choose to realign with my true loving essence and allow heavy energies to move through me. Take Break says, a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. I love this card. A life's work, not a season. Miracles, have faith that your miracle is on its way. Your prayers have been answered. Surrender the how. And then we have Amber, awaken your creativity. I think that all of these are together, but the first messages that I'm getting, guys, is that for you guys with this card. So there's a lot of you who I feel like I'm getting visions of, and I'm getting the feeling of fear. I feel like you guys feel that if you don't do everything in this instant here and now to make this connection possible, it won't happen. I really feel like you guys are on that treadmill and you're going at full speed trying to make everything, like your healing journey, your spiritual journey, your like everything in the 3D align just right, as soon as possible, like in this moment, to align with your divine counterpart. And here's the thing about it, guys. Everything comes in divine timing. So it doesn't matter if you get this stuff going and ready and your ducks in a row in the next 5 days. If divine timing says you're not going to be with your person for 5 years, you're not going to be with your person for 5 years, no matter how much, how perfect you are, or how near perfect you are and your part of the connection is. You have to remember, guys, that this connection is dealing with another person, and it's also dealing with yourself here in the 3D. And you guys are not meant to be with each other if you're not meant to be with each other. I know, again, this from experience. I am not in alignment with my divine masculine right now in the 3D. So we align very well in the 5D, but not in the 3D. And it's hard because I want this connection that I have with my divine masculine to be here and now. And I do everything I can to bring that in. But one of the things that I need to do for myself, and you need to do for yourself, is to understand that there's timing and a place for everything. And that doesn't necessarily mean the here and now. Your divine counterpart very much wants to be with you. I feel that pull towards you. I feel it in my heart chakra. I feel it in my mental or in my brain. They very, very knowledgeably, like consciously want to be with you, but they are not ready. And they will not be ready for a while. I'm not saying 5 years, guys. That was just an example. I'm just saying it's not going to be in the next 5 days. So give yourself a rest and dare to be happy. I feel like a lot of you too have taken this journey very seriously, and it has become a bit of a burden for you because you're not in union and you don't know why. And whenever you're not in union, you're going back to that thinking, that egotistical negative thinking of I'm not good enough. You are good enough. You are enough. But you need to be in union with yourself right now, is what Spirit is saying. So you need to dare to be happy. Your counterpart wants you to be happy like they are. They're saying like she's happy like a child, like lifting up her hands and just receiving, without any expectations, without any without trying to control the situation or when it's going to happen. She's just in the moment, in the present moment, being happy. And that's what your divine counterpart wants to say for you. I feel like a lot of you who chose number 3 are divine feminines. So I keep on wanting to say this is what your divine masculine wants for you, because I feel like who I'm channeling for are divine feminines, and your divine masculine wants you to be happy. We have, again, I choose to realign with my true loving essence and allow heavy energies to move through me. This is that fear that's popping up that you're not good enough, that you will never come into alignment with your counterpart or your divine masculine, for those of you who are divine feminines. But Spirit is saying you are. You will one day come into alignment with them. Whether it's a relationship or a friendship. I feel like some of you it will be a friendship, but your counterpart is just not there yet. And here's the thing, you guys deserve so much more than a counterpart that wants to be about themselves, that wants to be selfish and wants to play around and do what they want to do in life and not pay heed to you and all that you have given in and given up and done to get into this connection. Don't be with somebody. You deserve so much more than somebody who does not honor you and the path that you walked upon to get to where you are when you become into union with them. Spirit is nodding their head yes. They're saying that is exactly what it is for you guys. You want somebody who can walk this path themselves to get to you and to honor that you did it for them. So we have miracles. Have faith that your miracle is on the way. Your prayers have been answered. Surrender the how. This has to do with your connection too. This is a two-parter. Spirit is saying. So your connection is they're saying for your connection, this is a divine timing. It will feel like a miracle when it comes in, and it will be. Because all of this whole divine path, the whole spirituality that we go through, our spiritual connections, they're all miracles. But it'll feel very much like fantasy for you, but it'll be like you'll know it's real. Your guides will guide you that it is real and that you can trust it when it comes in for you. But this also has to do with this card. So this is where that two-part comes in. The amber is awaken your creativity. And whoever chose pile number 3, focus on the color of amber to help you out with this. But awaken your creativity. They're saying that this has a lot to do with the dare to be happy as well. You guys, because you've been so focused on healing and trying to get into union with somebody else, you've been forgetting to get into union with yourself and forgetting to give yourself things that make you happy. And that is your creativity. So it doesn't matter if you do it for work or do it for a hobby, but you have been forgetting to give yourself that inner child creative sacral fire energy. And just like I'm seeing you go out to the garage and just like throwing paint on a canvas willy-nilly because it is something that is so out of control and not within the, not coloring within the lines, and it's just so out there and outrageous, and it lets you lose control in a very healthy way. And they're saying that that's what you need right now, is a outlet that you can just be like kind of your animalistic pure self and just go at things. And it doesn't matter if you just have they're showing me a bunch of canvases on a garage floor and just splatter paint everywhere, and it doesn't matter if it goes anywhere or you do anything with it. The act of letting go of that control and letting go of your kind of egotistical stoic self that has had to be so strong and such a leader on your journey, that will break something open within you and show you the miracles of that your path has to offer. I definitely feel like whoever chose path or pile number 3, you guys are really feeling like this path is a burden. You want to come into completion and you want to be loved by other people, and you want that self-love, but you really feel like this is a bit of a burden. And I understand, I've been there myself. We've all been there. We all get called to question our path to make sure that this is what we want to bring into our lives. But you bringing in this creativity will break open a new space of gratitude, a new space of self-love, a new space of self-worth within you. So all is not lost, pile number 3, because you're not in union yet. There's nothing wrong with you, pile number 3, for those of you who chose it, and your divine counterpart knows that. There's a lot of love from your divine counterpart, but I also feel like there's a lot of kind of selfishness and egotistical thinking and feelings coming from your divine counterpart for pile number 3. So they're just not there yet. They're not at that selfless, love space yet that you deserve to have in your life. Because again, you've gone through this path and you've trudged, over that mountain with that boulder. You deserve somebody who's done the same for you. Beautiful messages here for this pick a card reading, guys. Thank you for joining me. If you want more from me, I do daily videos, weekly videos, and then every single week I release at least one in-depth monthly video, one for the divine masculines and one for divine feminines. I split them up that way in the dailies, weeklies, and monthlies, as well as I do a lot of relationship spreads on top of all of that. So catch me on Patreon for much more content, and I will see you guys soon, I hope. And let me know in the comments how these choices went for you. I think that they're absolutely amazing. Some of them are a bit tough lovey, but at the end of the day, sometimes we need a bit of tough love. So thank you guys. I will see you later, and have a good one. Bye.